by saying all these perceptions, on projects, how does that relate to the topic of PMP? Because of the more beliefs, so that the PIM book also been updated. It's originally PIM book 7. Now we're going to the PIM book 8. You could see the timeline. It has been evolving since 1996, right? Which is PIM book 1, right? Slowly to PIM book 2, much more talking about process, structure, globalizations, clarify what is PM. A lot of times in the past, that PIM book is written, it's like a menu, like a Bible that you have to follow step by step. That's how you're doing projects. But starting in PIM book 6 and 7, we look into that is evolutions or revolutions. We are saying that we not only have one way to do this process, we have predictive, we have agile, and now we are saying now we have AI that will automate, and even we need to refine the value proposition. So you could see that PIM book 8 will also have been changing towards not only the process we're driving, but what kind of value that we are delivering for the business. So some comparisons between PIM book 7 and 8, definitely it's talk about a lot of standards and principle performance domain that I've also recently did the PIM book 7 training in last November with HMA. That's how we are changing. In the version 8, which is coming to go live in June this year, some new principles are added, right? It's also talk about value delivery, right? The product approach is definitely important than just being the performance. You look at that, the products itself are satisfying the customers, right? They like the product, right? They're not so much concerned about how the process are driven, but they have to gain customer satisfaction. Your product features have been interesting. You have a new phone that's very engaging and very user-friendly. That's the product delivery that they like. So the project functions are replacing the tailoring. So PMP, right? So I kind of assume everybody heard about that, right? But project management professions, that is stand for PMP. So why we need to qualify a PMP? So as you know, that whereas all professions, there is a professional exam, right? For project, then that's PMP exam. It is the recognition gains in the peers if you have validated PM knowledge. You improve your chance to complete the projects. And PMI has been evolving in such a way that now PMP has become the basic step that you have to be getting. Of course, you will get better job prospects. I've been reading a lot of job description, and definitely PMP is required now in the job description that you have to get. Of course, on top, you still need a lot of working experience of different projects as well. You also need to be engaged with the community of the PMI. So this year, I've also joined quite a lot of the PMI Hong Kong chapter activities and become the mentor. I see them evolving quite a lot, tied into the headquarters, and a lot of different, conference and events have been participating. So what are the qualifications to get PMP? So you have to have minimum of 36 months of PM experience in the past 8 years. You also have to have attend 35 content hours of PM educations, which definitely we could work together with HMA to conduct that. So what is the scope of the content, right? So it all started with you have to have understanding of the business environment that we are in. We are not operating in silo. We work with different organizations, no matter it's NGO or no matter it's finance, automated. Understanding the business nature is important. We're doing the projects within the business. Planning the projects, leading the team, supporting the project team, and closing. It's like a project life cycle. But definitely, these are the content to cover in the 4 days of training for the PMP preparations. So to apply for the PMP exam, definitely you need to have sufficient 36 months of experience. Some of these requirements are listed below. The projects that you are working on could be waterfall, agile, hybrids. PMI is also very straight about overlapping of the experience. So if you overlap two projects, then you can't double count the experience, and their informations will be available for audit purpose. So the registration and exam taken procedures, definitely you need to go to the exam website, the certification, download the syllabus. Now it's in PMBOK 7, but now we're going to be changed to PMBOK 8 very soon. Of course, you need to register and PMI members as well as pay for the exam. You have 1 year to sit through the exam, and you could schedule the exam on your available time. But I think the important part or interesting part about is the timing. Because as I mentioned, there's a change by PMI to the PMBOK 8, and this is going to be changed in July 2026. So the 8 editions will be coming online. It will be the new exam format is 185 questions over 240 minutes. Actually the syllabus weighting have been changed. The people, process, and business environment. So it used to be quite heavily driven by people and process. You could see 42% and 50%. Business environment is 8. But in the new PMBOK Guide 8 editions, you could see people which will drown to 33%. Process is 41%, but business environment to 26%. And the important timeline is actually the pilot exam is starting now for the PMBOK version 8. Study resources will be available in April, but the new exam will launch in July. And what does it mean to you if you want to take the exam, right? My suggestion is actually is also aligned with AI as well, is to take the exam now in PMBOK 7. The reason behind is the 8 is a new addition. There's a change of way of question asked. There's more maybe emphasizing on AI, sustainability, and hybrid. So it's more difficult to predict what kind of questions. So in order to pass the exam, definitely we will want to take in the current version of PMBOK 7. So definitely there's an exam. We have a preparation course in end February and early March. It's a good, perfect timing for you to, take the course, get a 35 PDU, and then sit for exam. You still have sufficient time before the June deadline comes in. And there are actually quite a lot of certification programs are introduced by the ATP portfolio. PMP is one of them. As you can see, there is also different types of PMI syllabus. Even have Green Project Manager, Risk Profile Project Manager, and it's coming. You could see that maybe the world is changing so fast that just having PMP is not sufficient right now. All right, we need to obtain more certification and keep learning from the portfolio, and that's definitely a lot of ATP are also aiming for this. So since this is the start of the 2026, we also give an insight about what is the upcoming programs that we are working with HMA. Definitely the PMP preparation course are there, but there's more than just the preparation course. We're also doing our traditional project management tools course, our project risk course as well are there. But because, as I mentioned, the generative AI trends are so evident, which is hugely impacting everyone, in the organizations. We are doing the project delivery, leveraging AI, also in March. We have project risk course in March as well. And the Agile and Scrum projects we're doing in April. We're also seeing the organization need to doing transformations. So one of the terms we're using is business process management. We need to be quicker, faster, and more digitized. So another consultants in GPMC can will be delivering the transform with BPM, right? I also will do another project delivery leveraging AI in September as well. But since you all have attended this webinar and we are able to work with HMA and offer you guys early enrollment discounts to get $1,000 discounts if you could enroll the course by 15th of Jan. So you still have a time to think about it. And HMA colleagues will kindly be following up with you guys for the course. But we are also work closely with HMA since November, December with Cindy and Ivy to relook at what kind of programs are available in 2026. We're also changing quite a lot. We just need to feed in what is the world is changing now. It's moving really fast. They expect you to deliver in day one. To be multiple skills, we call it you're not only you're really strong in PM skills, but you also learn more about Gen AI, about different skills that could be so quickly to apply in matrix organizations today. So that's how our schedule looks like. So I think that's possibly the presentation for today. I generally